Blue Apron, take back dinner. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Liars Club. I'm Felicia Michaels.
And I'm Jessica Wellington.
What we do here at the Liars Club is we have two of our comedy pals come on. We ask them to tell two stories. One is a truth and one is a lie. And then we play along live as we are streaming from the Comedy Store's YouTube page with people who try to figure out which stories are the lies. Am I correct, Jessica?
You always are.
Okay, will you please introduce our guests?
I would love to. This gentleman to my left, we've been doing a lot of stuff for the veterans lately because he's a fellow veteran. We're going to be on Vet TV here real soon. He also works here at the Comedy Store. He's a door guy right along with me. I'm better, but anyway. This is Mitch Burrow.
Yes, welcome to the show, funny comedian Mitch Burrow.
Thank you.
He's super funny.
Very, very funny.
And this lovely lady, I've been trying to get her down here in the basement for a long time. She's very hard to get a hold of. She was on the Netflix series The Degenerates. Super hilarious. She's a paid regular here at the Comedy Store. She's always here and doing sets and so funny. This is Liza Treyger.
Hello.
Welcome to the show, Liza.
I also just moved to LA not even 3 months ago. You couldn't have been trying that long. I mean, I'm here pretty quickly.
No, because I remember you were on the road and I was still trying to get you.
Oh, wow.
Do you
cool.
remember?
Maybe.
You were.
She doesn't remember.
Oh,
This is
cool.
actually the
I'm
first
glad it
time.
happened.
This is the first time I was asked. So
Well, and we're grateful that you're here, for sure, for sure. I mean, we are a podcast, but we're also a game. And so when you guys tell your stories, we're going to rotate them around, right? And then we'll take a vote at the end of the podcast. And there's one important piece of information that I need to bring up, other than the gentleman here to my right is Mr. Austin Walker. He is our on-air producer, along with the gentleman behind the glass, the one, the only, the prettiest of them all. Please give it up for our on-air producer, Mr. Michael Evans.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yay.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
We should have clapped for Austin too.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
rude.
yeah.
Happy Mardi Gras to you too.
Yeah, I was trying to focus on my words. And the piece of information that I need to tell you guys is we're brought to you by Blue Ribbon.
No apron.
Oh, Blue Apron.
PBR. I think we need to clap for Felicia.
I just got so jazzed.
Blue Apron. If you want to try a meal delivery service, why don't you go to the internet and look up Blue Apron, not Blue Ribbon, but enjoy Blue Ribbon with that Blue Apron, and just see what they have. They have packages. They deliver wine. I mean, I am sick to death of the grocery store, aren't you, Jessica?
I hate going there.
Yeah, so if you want to give it a try and you're actually going to do it and pull the trigger when you get to the code box, when you're checking out, put in liars and you'll get 30% off or $30. We're not quite sure.
Dude, how could we just figure that out?
I know, there's 4 of us and we're just all passive aggressively not doing it.
You always forget until you're here.
Yeah.
That's
Every
true.
week I'm like, Felicia's going to figure it out for next
Yeah.
week.
I know, but we're here all the time, so it's on us. It's on us. All right, so anyway, that was fun. So who do you think should start the stories?
I think Mitch should start it.
I'm okay, let's do it.
That is all.
Okay.
all right. So my first story is about my first threesome.
Okay, sure, dude. Good.
So
you were in the service.
No. So
No?
here's what happened. When I was in high school, there was this girl. She only dated.
You were having threesomes in high school?
No.
Okay.
Damn, dude.
There's a build up. It's got to be 2 minutes long, so I got to have a little like segue into it. So in high school, there
Is that
was
what you called it?
It was a segue. So in high school, there was this girl. She only dated black dudes. We were friends, but never dated. So she was just like a buddy of mine.
So like me and you.
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. This is what we call foreshadowing. So then I joined the Marine Corps, and apparently while I was in the Marine Corps, she then switched over to only dating women and was in strictly lesbian relationships.
Were they black women or?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I don't think she really cared.
Okay.
She was just like, let me get that vag or whatever.
Right.
Didn't really care what kind. And then I get back, and we reconnect. She's like, you know what?
After you're done with the service?
After I'm out of the Marine Corps.
You never had a threesome in the service?
No.
You weren't doing it right.
I mean, I was, very conservative.
I did the day I was in England, my first duty station, I had a threesome.
No
Yeah.
fucking
With
way.
your fellow
with
officers?
two guys.
It feels important to say that she did lose her virginity behind a dumpster. That
No,
feels
it was in the mall.
Okay, my apologies.
We were cousin, damn it.
But it was by the trash cans,
No,
right?
it was in the
Okay.
bathroom.
Okay,
Thank you.
well, there.
So was it two guys or?
No, it was a girl and a guy. They were a couple.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Wow.
So then I get back from the Marine Corps. I get out and we run into each other and we decide to hook up. She's like, I'm gonna give Dick a try again. Let's see how I feel about it. And then her sister is still just dating black dudes. So one night we get invited to the sister, the guy that she's with, his birthday party. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something cool. I'm gonna bring a keg. And we show up, and I walked in with the keg. I was the only white guy there, and
And the only keg.
And the guy goes, "Damn, I didn't know they delivered." and I was like, "I'm actually here to hang out."
You thought
But
you were
okay.
the delivery guy?
But then at that party,
Bringing a keg is a real power move.
Yeah.
it was. I did think it was kind of cool. It was February. It just felt like the right thing to do for the party.
Hell yeah.
So then, while we're there, one of the girls the girl that I was with, that she used to date was there, and then she goes, "Hey, do you want to give her a ride home tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll give her a ride home." And she was like, "No, I don't think you understand. Do you want to give her a ride home tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do that." So then we get back, but like on the way there, she was like, "Hey, just so you know, there's only like one rule I got, and that's that you can't touch her."
Really? Not at all?
And then so then I guess like the whole point is like my first threesome was really just her threesome. She was the only one
That had
really,
everything.
Yeah, I was like, this is
You
kind
just
of
got to watch.
this is like a real feminist threesome going on, Like I'm just kind of over here on the side.
They do get, like, if you're with a couple, because that couple got mad at me because we were kissing too much, so we had to stop during that.
Who were you kissing that the other person got mad?
The girl, it was her boyfriend.
Right, but you were kissing the boyfriend too much?
We were kissing each other.
Yeah. And then the girl?
She was like, "That's enough."
Wow, that is fucking... Wow, that's awkward.
But can
as
the
shit.
girl
Cut
touch
it out.
you?
Yeah,
The other girl could touch you. You just couldn't touch her back.
right.
So she can touch your penis?
Yeah, so like she could like
Sorry, I just went there.
she could like go down on me, but
Oh.
I couldn't have sex with her.
You
like,
couldn't pet her head.
Right. I was like, I was getting my dick sucked like this. It was like a lap dance at a strip club. Like, this is cool. You're doing great.
And then when that was happening, what was the other girl doing?
She's just like, hey, good job.
Also,
Keep
no
up
one's
the
even
good work.
dating. I don't get why she had rules for you.
I was dating her.
Oh, you were?
I was dating her.
Okay.
Yeah. Like we were together.
And you had already had sex.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and she actually had like a bunch of toys.
All right, I'm gonna no, because I feel like you're a little bit all over the place with the story. So you had this girlfriend in high school, and no, you
They
had
were
this friend
A
in
friend
high
in
school,
yeah.
and she liked black guys at first. So then
Yes.
you were out, and then she liked women. So then you were out,
Yeah.
and then you went into the army. You came, or
Hold on.
Marines.
I was
the
in the Marine
Marines.
Corps.
My apologies. My
Yeah.
apologies.
I would never
You can talk
lie
about me
that.
fucking whores all day long, but god damn it, I was in the Marine Corps, lady. So then you come back from the Marine Corps, and then that chick, the same chick, says she has a girlfriend,
Yeah.
and that she wants you to fuck her girlfriend, but not her.
No, she wants me to fuck
Ex-girlfriend.
her, but not the girlfriend. Like I can fuck her, but I can't touch the other girl.
But the other girl can do
Touch
it,
me
can-
if she feels.
And she did. She gave you like a blowjob,
Yeah.
a hands up blowjob.
No, me. I was the one with the hands up.
Yeah. Okay,
Like
I just
was
had to clear that up
getting
because it felt a little all over the place.
I got it.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. It was a lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot. And is there more to this story? Is that just the story?
Oh, so the next morning, her sister.
Because you fucking two chicks is just not enough.
So her sister came
That's what they
to
said.
my house the next morning and just opened the door to my bedroom and saw all three of us laying in bed together. And she just goes, "I fucking knew it." And turned around and walked out.
What did she know?
That when we left the party, we were all going to go
Oh.
end up fucking each other.
Yeah.
Wow. And did you ever talk to those girls again?
Yeah.
When did you break up? You and that girl?
Oh,
No, I'm sorry. So they were dating at the time?
No, she was dating me. This was just a girl that when she was involved in lesbian relationships, she had fucked around with her in the past.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
But then so we ended up breaking up because I had a text message from. She read my text messages to another girl one time.
That was not certified by her first.
Correct. That's true. And then she broke up with me.
Okay. Well,
were you sad?
Yeah, because it didn't work out with that other girl that I was texting either. So.
Wow, bummer.
Alrighty. Well, let's move on to your story.
Oh, we go one. Cool.
I do have some comments here for you.
Okay, let's take the comments. I'm sure you do.
Our buddy Ken Lofgren saw Mitch in Tacoma, and so it was a good show. So just wanted to give you a shout out. And we've got some new players today. Kiwi Andy's chiming in. Rob Parker's chiming in. They're all sending good vibes and positivity. Dirtweed said he's here. He's looking to kill Tony after us tonight.
Nice.
And Memes of Reality said it was a pleasure to meet you two last night. I don't know where
nice,
you guys were.
Here.
You know when you have someone on Twitter that always retweets your stuff or is very interactive, and you're like, that's a fucking bot, right? Like, do you ever think that, right? And it's like, wow, these are actual human beings.
Not really.
Well, it was cool to meet the gentleman from Memes of Reality.
He was very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
I know what you're saying, Felicia.
I know what you're saying.
Thank you for having my back, Michael.
Jason Marino said, yeah, there's a lot of twists and turns to this story, so it's kind of throwing him off. But he really likes the hands-free BJ part.
Everyone's doing that hands-up emoji like this, getting the BJ.
Okay.
Cute.
All right, there you go. Your turn, Liza.
Love emojis. Okay. So I moved to America from the former Soviet Union, and this was when we were first here. So we had green cards. We were not citizens. And we came on asylum. But anyways, we went to this doctor, and he was Korean.
How old were you?
When we moved to America, like 2.5, 3. But my first memories of this dentist, I would say 4, 5, I don't know. But so Dr. Kim was our dentist, and I don't know, I don't know why we were there so much, but all of us went to this dentist, and there was like photos of all the kids everywhere on the wall, and he would always, I don't know, we just had all these memories. But one time he tried to kidnap me, and he told my parents to leave and that it would be fine, and they just went outside. And then when they came back to pick me up, the whole office was closed, and Dr. Kim took me to McDonald's, and he got me a Happy Meal and sat there. And my parents didn't want to call. Like, they were nervous about it because we weren't citizens. And I sat and ate with him, and then he brought me back to the office.
He didn't do anything else but buy you a Happy Meal.
Anything else. And then that was it. And then we never went to him again.
Maybe your parents were late, and he was like, well, might as well go get you a Happy Meal.
Yeah, what about
the whole time I thought I was kidnapped?
Did you ever talk to your parents a lot about that as an adult?
No, we haven't talked about him forever. Actually, today kind of made me think about all the stories.
I feel like I've heard you talk about this.
About Dr. Kim?
Uh-huh.
Dr. Kim.
No, not really.
Never on any other podcast?
Jesus, Jessica.
I can't believe that after
take it down a notch.
I remember the toy that I got.
I can't believe after a tragic experience like that you let me give you a ride home after never meeting you before.
And you were definitely drunk.
I was not.
Par for the course.
Allegedly.
The next day I was like, should I have gotten in that car? And everyone was like, absolutely not.
It's a Jeep.
It's kind of refreshing to hear like a creepy story where the guy just wanted a quick date. You know, he didn't want anything else.
Yeah, what
I'm rethinking everything, but yeah.
Maybe he was grooming them, though.
Yikes.
Yeah, because we had all these photos, and there was always good presents, like 5, because it was before we moved to the suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
And I started first grade in the suburbs.
And you said you went to this dentist a lot for some reason.
We were always there.
Yeah, maybe he kept making up excuses for you guys to be there.
Do you think you guys were always...
at all, and I also don't know why I went with him, or that my parents left.
Do you think you guys were always there because maybe there wasn't as much access to dental care in Russia, or it was just like you guys needed a lot of work?
My mom also had this wild story that she went to a doctor and they were like, since you have government health insurance, we should knock all your teeth out and we'll just give you dentures and the government will pay for it. And they were just like trying to knock my mom. I mean, everyone tried to manipulate us everywhere because you're just immigrants that don't speak English.
So do you think that dentist was trying to
he had
manipulate?
an accent too.
Yeah, but
What kind of an accent?
Korean.
It was Dr. Kim, right?
Yeah, Dr.
If
Kim.
he would have had a Russian accent, that would have been a whole different twist to this story.
No, Dr. Kim. I remember I got like the Sleeping Beauty doll.
But that makes sense.
What, to change the dresses.
Did he get you like a
dress and a blue
McFlurry?
dress. This was way before McFlurry times.
Okay, but diet soda at least. He's probably very teeth conscious kind of guy.
Super important question from online. What was the prize of your Happy Meal that day? What little toy did you get?
It was the Sleeping Beauty with the pink dress and the blue dress that was like rubbery.
Mm.
And
There
then,
you
like,
go,
a
guys.
hard pink dress.
when you even talking about this, is your God? It's such a terrible question to ask, but do you feel like associate a negative emotion to it, or just like like
no, because
well,
it didn't. I don't think if my parents didn't flip out, I would think it was a problem.
Right.
Like I loved McDonald's. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like somebody burnt me with cigarettes when I was a kid.
What?
And
But she loved cigarettes as a kid. She was.
Oh my God.
But honestly, I remember blaming it on my Uncle Gary. But I don't remember who did it.
You
And
know,
I feel bad about that.
I look at you with the haircut and the tattoos, and yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I bet you still like to get burnt with cigarettes every now and then, huh?
No, I don't go that far. I do like it rough, though.
Yeah.
I had an uncle put a knife to my throat once.
Oh,
Yeah, my dad's done that.
For like a joke. Fucking asshole. But yeah, I didn't think it was a problem until I saw my parents be panicked when we went back to the office. But I don't know. Yeah.
Wow.
How many?
But also,
brothers,
when I
sisters?
was in 5th grade, a boy from my school got actually like hardcore kidnapped, like guns and stuff. And yeah, maybe that's
Where
why
was
I
this
didn't think
at? Like what city?
This was Chicago, like Rogers Park, Dewey area, and then I grew up in the Chicago suburbs, Skokie.
Okay.
That other kid, my friend getting kidnapped, I accidentally used his full name once talking about him, and he was not happy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have a half brother, and then my sister's 10 years older than me, and we're tight. And then my half brother is like 26 years older than me, and we're not as tight.
Do you get weirded out when you go to the dentist now?
No.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I mean, it's weird, but it wasn't that traumatic. I mean, when you think about it.
Just got a McDouble and it was all over.
Yeah.
Not
Sounds
bad
like a
day.
nice guy.
Yeah.
That was before McDouble. That's when you actually got a double cheeseburger for $1. You know what I'm saying?
Word, nice.
What's the difference?
They didn't skip on that extra piece of cheese.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
that's
the
what it
double
is.
cheese.
All righty. Well, do you have any thoughts about it? Anybody here want to talk about it? Mitch, do you have any thoughts? You're playing along as well.
I think you definitely got molested and you blocked that out. I think this is real fucked up and you need to see somebody. This is not the place where you talk about this. You need to go to a professional. We can't handle this.
From the guy that fucked 1.5 chicks.
Yeah.
1.5.
I know trauma. Okay, I wasn't able to touch her.
All right.
Wild. But the toy thing, I believe, usually people that love to fuck lots of people at once have lots of sex toys.
Right. Well, and she used to be lesbian, so I feel like they would like that,
yeah.
right?
They were all leftovers from
Yeah.
before.
Huh. All right, yeah, but there's never a more frightening and thrilling moment when you're in the middle of having sex with a guy and he goes in his closet and he pulls out the duffel bag of toys. You're like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I just bought these.
Yeah, these are all brand new.
These are all new.
Brand new. Brand new.
Yeah. I took them out of the package so I could write them down first.
Anyway, enough about me. Okay. All right, so let's move on then to your second story.
All right. So growing up in the country, I lived on a dirt road, double wide trailer, had motorcycles and 4-wheelers, all that kind of stuff. So I was like a real redneck kind of kid.
No.
So then, as soon as I turned 16, I wanted some kind of like off-road vehicle, but I also loved Volkswagen Bugs, and I found out that there was a thing that's referred to as a Baja Bug, where they like chop the front end down, put put mud tires on the back of it and mud tires on the front, and now you have an off-road vehicle. It's two-wheel drive still, but because the engine sits on the back.
All these car details are making
That
me not believe you.
Okay, well, I'm
it's shit that we're not going to be able to confirm.
I can confirm.
Have
Mitch,
you ever
I'm
played
in.
Grand Theft Auto 5? Because they have those very buggies on that same game.
The reason I'm saying this is because the reason it makes such a good off-road vehicle is because the engine is on the back and it's a rear-wheel vehicle. So where the tires are spinning, that's where all the weight's at. So you never get stuck. It makes a great.
It makes sense. I get that. My dad used to take me to work when it was snowing in the van full of tools because he said that would hold us down in the back.
See? Right before he burnt it with a cigarette.
Wait, have you confronted your uncle about getting burnt?
Oh, he's dead now,
Okay.
and he was schizophrenic and all that. So, I mean, I don't know if he would remember. He thinks that he convinced the band Deep Purple to come to the U.S.
Good for him, though.
Who's band Deep Purple?
Hold up.
The band Deep Purple.
I played
I
poker.
think that's what she said.
I played poker with the drummer from the band Deep Poker
Sure.
in,
This is
in
Mitch's
Lake
lie.
Tahoe.
Oh,
This is
my
Mitch's
God.
lie right here.
Yeah.
Nah, that's for real. Unless he was lying.
Yeah, probably.
Did he know Jessica's uncle?
But this is recent. No, I didn't know to ask. I wish I could have confirmed that for you. So anyway, so what I did, I paid $600 and I got this old Volkswagen Bug, and we had all this hunting land that we would rent that I would go ride out on. And one night I was out there going on the trails a little bit
Did
further
you have a
back.
hunting cabin out there, or was
No,
it
no,
just
no.
a stand? Or
It was like close to where I lived.
okay,
So we just rented the property. It was owned by like a paper mill or something. I don't know.
yeah, there's smell. Remember
So I take the Bug out, and then one of the fun things to do when you're off road is hill climbing, and there's this hill, and while the weight being on the back with the engine is good for not getting stuck,
it's not good for getting flipped.
apparently going up the hill, that's a bad deal. So I'm taking it up the hill, and then sure enough, the Bug rolls over on me, and I'm stuck. So I'm like.
So you said it was a Baja dune buggy?
So it's not a Doom.
It just makes me want a Baja Blast.
It looks.
Ooh, I love Baja Blast.
It's a
I just
Volkswagen.
want a Baja Blast so bad.
Yeah, it's Mountain Dew. Is that?
I love
Maybe
it.
we'll see if Dr. Kim will take you out for one after that.
I just bought a Taco Bell bikini. I'm excited.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to see that.
It looks like a. It's a,
Is that what-
so a Doom buggy. What you're
Uh-huh.
thinking is rail. Is
Right.
a rail.
Uh-huh.
This is just a Volkswagen Bug
Uh-huh.
with big tires
Yes,
on it,
yes,
right?
yes.
So it rolls over on me. Now the problem is that I'm out there by myself, and I'm probably, I want to say 6 miles from home.
Do people normally off-road alone?
I do it all the time. I have that Jeep out in the parking lot
Oh,
is
yeah.
mine, so I take that off roading alone.
I will tell
as
you.
well.
Let me tell you this. My brother went out off-roading on his own with a brand new truck, and he took it out to the hog farm where he
Oh
worked.
my God, I can't believe I know this story.
He took it out to the hog farm where he worked, and he's sliding around doing all that, and then he ends up flipping his truck into the hog lagoon, dude.
Ooh.
And he had to swim out.
Oh, that
right?
is
And then
disgusting.
his mom was like, "You have to go back and get that fucking truck. You're not leaving it in the lagoon." So he got a tow truck, but they're not going down there. He had to swim back down to hook it up to get it out.
That is.
Wait, what?
gross.
Because it's all poop?
Yeah,
Yeah.
poop, water, and pee.
What was your whole point, Jessica?
Well, you're talking about off-roading, dude. I was
Okay, yeah,
just relating.
yeah.
And just pointing out that you shouldn't do it alone.
Jessica's a redneck, Felicia. Do you get it?
So then what happened? So you
Real
flipped
quick,
on
can I
yourself?
pause? I need to
Yeah.
translate for the folks watching online. Not everybody's as country as Jessica and I are. So to let you guys know, he was not going up the hill. He was going up the hill. Hill
Thank you.
is what you guys were looking for. So.
What were they?
Okay.
What did they think it was?
Heel? Heel.
Hell.
Yeah. Or,
No heel,
Heel.
like on the back of your foot.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
Jessica doesn't understand.
Tar
Okay,
heel.
so it flips back on you.
So it flips over. I mean, I'm in it, but it just
Mhm.
rolls over.
Okay.
Right, and so now I'm stuck out there. I got to walk back, but also like
But nothing got broken.
no, but I had like gone off the trail to a place that I wasn't familiar with, and it was getting dark, and I couldn't like find my way back. I'm only 16 years old at this time, which you think you're pretty tough until you're in the middle of the woods and it's getting dark. I break down crying, and then just
This Marine did?
yeah. Well, I hadn't joined the Marine Corps yet. I had a little bit of growing up to do. I break down crying, and I'm just kind of wandering around the woods, and then I eventually like find a trail, get back on that, and I'm able to finally walk back home. But it probably took me. I was probably lost in the woods after that for I don't know, like 4 hours.
In a place that was right next to your house.
It is, but you got to understand, we're talking about thousands of
in the
acres.
woods.
Yeah, we're talking about thousands of acres.
Okay.
You know,
Where-
this is huge.
Where in Georgia is that?
Carlton, Georgia.
Is it like northeast, south?
It's kind of close to Athens, Georgia. I'm about 30 minutes outside of Athens.
Because I didn't know there would be like a lot of hills in that area, but
There's a lot of heels, though.
a lot of hills.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not flat land.
Who found you?
You know, I'm not in the mountains.
That's a very good
Right.
question. Who
But-
found you? How'd you get?
I told you,
You made it
I
home.
found a trail.
Uh-huh.
I got back on the trail and I was able to get out, but it took me like 4 or 5 hours.
And it
Yeah.
got dark.
Yeah.
So you had to walk in the dark?
Yes.
Was it, could you see moonlight?
I can't believe
or-
y'all aren't asking me the best part about
Okay, then
What?
tell
Did
us
you go
what's the
back to
best
get
part.
what happened to the bug.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't give a shit. We wanted to make sure you were okay, you dumbass.
I don't think anybody believes it.
No, it's still there. That's the
Uh-huh.
best part. If you go out to the hunting land, there's an old rusted out Volkswagen Bug just sitting there in the middle of nowhere.
I believe that part, and he just made
Wait,
up
you
the
left
story
the
about
car?
what happened to it.
Yeah, I paid $600 for it. So and it rolled over. It was fucked up. So
It wasn't
I
worth
didn't-
to go.
Oh, so
get
it's
a
still
truck back
upside
there.
down on the trail?
Yeah.
Huh.
You know, sometimes our guests get nicknames, Felicia, and Ken Lofgren says, I really want to believe Hillbilly Tim Dillon on this story.
You know, I painted Tim Dillon's apartment for him. Yeah. That's where I'm at in my career. More successful comedians pay me to do handyman work for them.
What color? Just white or?
Yeah,
something
it
fun?
was white, which is funny because the walls were already white. He just wanted them a newer white.
Did it look different?
Yeah, it was nice.
All right.
I did a good job.
Cool. Good for you.
Hey, so what was the color of the Volkswagen
It was
Bug?
painted camouflage.
Wow.
Spray paint?
Spray paint. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again,
What kind of like
$600.
more darker greens or more like sand dune kind of camouflage?
Well,
It's called olive drab.
That's the military color.
Yeah.
Proper
Yeah.
term.
Okay.
So you can
You would- I
use
mean,
so what you do is you paint it. You can use leaves, right? So you paint it the green. You put
no,
the
no,
base
no.
down.
I'm not asking you to explain how to camouflage a car
But I
physically.
mean,
I'd like to know, Mitch. I'd like to know.
It just,
I was just like, okay, never mind.
well, it was camouflage, so
Okay.
it wasn't neon green.
Okay,
If that's what
yeah,
you're asking.
all right,
Were
yeah.
your parents mad at you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I flipped over my. First of all, it was unsafe. I wasted $600 on the Volkswagen. It was.
How long did you have it before you flipped it?
Oh, that was maybe like a month.
Are your parents rule
Yeah.
followers?
I was raised by my grandparents,
Uh-huh.
so
That's no.
they were. You know, they had rules. They weren't very strict on me, but they were very good at being disappointed, which prevented me.
Uh-huh.
Like my grandfather found out that I smoked weed one time in high school, and then he started crying to let me
Uh-huh.
know how disappointed he was, and then I never smoked
Jesus.
weed again
Wow.
in high school, or I never got caught smoking weed. I don't know which one.
I
but
guess
it
the reason
made an
I'm
impact.
asking this question is to leave. Was the car registered at all? To
Yeah.
leave it out in the woods? I mean, I think your parents would be like, "Fuck, now we gotta at least dispose of it or something because the
Not in
tags are on
Georgia.
it."
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Nah, there's a lot of vehicles just left out in the
All
woods
right,
in
all right.
Georgia.
Marino
All
thinks he's adding tricks to make us forget his
I
story.
think so too. I think so too.
I think you guys are crazy. This
100%.
feels like such a real story to me.
Yeah, because it's either this or he fucked 2 chicks or 1.5. So, rolled a Volkswagen or fucked 1.5 chicks.
Have you since had a real threesome?
Because technically it wasn't really a real threesome.
2 guys, 1 girl.
I mean, that kind of counts.
That is a threesome.
It's not nearly as fun.
Yeah,
Was
the
anyone
old-
held
Also,
against their will?
I wasn't allowed to touch the other person in that one either. Ain't that crazy?
Did you know the guy? Was it a buddy or? A
Yeah, it was a buddy of mine.
Yeah, how'd you guys triangulate that? Poor chick.
Yeah, that was the night of her life.
Okay.
Oh my god, she had a great time. It was a girl that I had met on Yahoo dating.
Wow.
And so
Jesus.
we
How
were
old
hanging
are
out.
you?
We were hanging out. I'm 39. I was in on online dating from the forefront.
jump.
Yeah, I was a pioneer.
All right. Okay, Lisa, what's your second story?
Just some more childhood drama.
Okay.
So 5th grade, summer before 6th grade. So I'm like 11 or something. I'm home alone. I was home alone a lot. We're in the suburbs now. And I get a call.
It's Dr. Kim.
I'm in the house.
I mean, no, but yeah. Okay, so it's someone on the phone, and they keep saying, "I want your blood." And I used to go to an endocrinologist who's kind of kooky, so I thought it was.
What's an endocrinologist?
It's a blood doctor, right?
No, I have a hypothyroid. It's like hormones. It's like pituitary gland, thyroid,
Since
diabetes.
you were a kid. Since you were a kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been on pills since like 3rd grade, I would say. Actually, that doctor, he made me show my pubes to him when I was in 3rd grade. It's like,
You
no one
had
has pubes. Get
in
away from me.
Oh, really?
No, I
Oh,
felt really harassed at that office
yeah,
too.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
I digress, but I remember the first time I got a pube, and it was like this long before I noticed it, and I was like, "What?" Even I think I was in 5th grade. I just remember looking down, like, "What?"
How old were you?
I don't remember
Maybe
when
5th
I
grade,
saw pubes
Maybe
or
5th,
not.
Yeah, but I think I had my first pube at 11.
Well,
Or
this
10?
is 5th grade. This is the call, but I just remember I went to this endocrinologist and said, well, we didn't have insurance. Like, it just sucks being an immigrant. Okay. You go to weird places. So, anyway, so someone was like, but this guy was fancy. His son was Bill Clinton's doctor, and it was like exciting for our family. Okay. But so I get a call, and it's, I want your blood. And so I think it's the endocrinologist. I'm like, yeah, my parents will make an appointment. Like, no one's home.
That's what you think.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, we'll figure it out. Like, whatever you need, bro. And someone was like, no, I want your blood. I'm going to kill you. And then so that's when it like flips, and I'm so scared. And they start describing the inside of my house and that they can see me and that they're going to kill me. So I grab a knife, call 911. I'm crying. It's so dramatic. And then it was my friend's older brother who lived down the block, and he was like a juvenile delinquent. So he got into a lot of trouble for that, since he was making an 11-year-old think that she was going to die. And then her family had this orange car, and they tried to run my family off the road as like retaliation, even though I was threatened.
In the suburbs?
Yeah. And then 6th grade started, and this chick like made everyone hate me because her brother tried to scare me. Yeah.
What a bitch.
When he got out of juvie, did you guys
He didn't go to juvie, but
did y'all end up going to prom together? Because that'd be a good like whole like
Full circle.
Full circle, you
That
know.
would be very Georgia.
I didn't go to prom.
I didn't go to prom either.
Yeah.
No.
Me neither.
Oh,
Did-
really?
did you
I did. I went with the guy from the Winn-Dixie that worked the photo booth, but then I left him after the dance to go with my Puerto Rican boyfriend.
Oh, good.
You always kind of been hoeing it up a little bit, huh?
A little bit.
All right.
She can't say anything. She has a date tonight, so she made that very clear before
she's
the
trying to
podcast.
be
Back in the
ladylike,
saddle.
believe it or not.
Is your date watching this?
Probably he's been watching them.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I don't know. I don't know what I was talking about then. You're such a
Well,
classy lady.
Let's go to anything from the
You can
audience
be
about
promiscuous and
Liza's
classy.
story.
Somebody said, "How do you not see a bright red pube?" I don't know if that's in reference to you or the other story.
That's you.
Ken says maybe this is a movie says maybe somebody pulled a Halloween prank on you. Somebody said maybe this is a movie premise, but I don't think they're buying that this is an actual story of yours.
Yeah.
Wow, Facebook.
Oh yeah. So they just believe that the dentist kidnapped her and then brought her back without touching her.
Yeah,
That's the
because he
believable.
was grooming them, right? First of all, he was making a lot of money off of them because they had the insurance, state insurance, whatever. So he was milking them for everything they got.
Nah,
So
I was a bored kid. I called up a bunch of people and was like, you know, we're gonna fucking get you. You know, you fucking change
Right.
your voice a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah.
That's the more believable one to me than you get kidnapped and nothing fucking. He just kidnapped you to buy you a Happy Meal. That's some bullshit.
He did you a favor.
Yeah.
You gotta earn the
Wow.
trust, Mitch. You don't get it, dude.
You don't watch
You don't
enough
gotta earn-
SVU.
Yes, you do. You have to
I-
groom the kid.
And I think it's weird that you're trying to normalize scaring the shit out of a little kid.
But he was also a little kid.
One of the
Yeah,
best
I
pranks.
prank called before.
I used
Yeah.
to love prank calling, and I called a dude who was really a big hoe, and I was like, "Hey, just so you know, like I have herpes," and pretended to be someone he had sex with, and he was really scared.
Nice.
It was
Also,
awesome.
the kid that called her like that, he probably had a crush on her.
Oh, word.
You know, I mean, that's what they do.
yeah.
That's what little boys do. That's the more
How old?
believable
How much
way.
older
He was in high school.
Okay, yeah, fuck you.
Dr. Kim had a
too old.
Because it was the girl was my year, and then there was another boy. Oh no, the other boy was younger.
Wait,
And
how old were
older.
you?
I was summer before 6th grade.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah,
you was-
that's
you
too
was
much
like
of an
10.
age difference.
Yeah, that's too
I'd
creepy.
be with you because my best friend Steven, the first time I met him, he threw a rock and made me fall off my bike. I'd be with you, but we were the same age.
Yeah, but why are we talking age difference and who's got a crush on Liza when Dr. Kim's probably a lot older taking her out?
Right.
She had a way with men.
Right. When I'm home, I don't want to run errands or have to figure out a meal plan, especially because I have kids. That's why Blue Apron is a great solution. Their chef-designed recipes are easy to follow and give you a balanced, delicious meal. Blue Apron is a quick and easy way to make high-quality meals that everyone can enjoy. Use promo code LIARS to get $30 off your first order. Blue Apron, take back dinner.
Brought to you by Blue Ribbon. Mitch's first story.
I know you said it. Oh, did you do that on purpose?
Yeah. Mitch's first story, when Mitch was in high school, he had this girl that never dated, but they were good buddies. And she mainly only liked black guys, so he never got in. But eventually she flipped to be a lesbian, so he never got in again.
She
And-
flipped to be.
And he was in the Marine Corps and gets invited to this party by the girl's sister. And
No,
he
it's
brings
after the Marine Corps.
after the Marine Corps. And he brings a keg and is the only white person at this party. And then this girl asks if he wants to ride this other girl home that night. And he said, yeah, but he was really only allowed to watch the other bang and didn't get to do a whole lot.
Right, that's not a ride. He didn't get to ride her at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah,
so-
yeah, and to pick the only white guy at a party to take home for a threesome.
Oh,
I say
that's
nay. I
sad.
say
Oh,
nay.
Hey, you guys be nice to Mitch.
That's fucked up.
In,
I
regard-
didn't even think about that.
in regards to that
Right?
first story, somebody online put it best. Womp womp was pretty much described how that story went.
All right.
So
Third best.
Part 2, or story 2. He grew up in the country down a dirt road with four-wheelers and stuff, but when he turned 18, he wanted a big badass truck, but also loved VW Beetles, so he got himself one, and for $600 turned it into a camouflage Baja Bug, and was riding it a little too far deep out in the woods, and took it up a hill, and flips it because of the weight in the back, and gets pinned, then starts crying, and gets found, and left the bug.
I mean, you're really making him sound. Yeah, you're making him sound like such a little bitch in this
That is
story.
cool.
Let's see if he defends himself.
First of all, I didn't say I got pinned. It rolled over. I got out of it, and then I started crying because I was lost in the woods.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
a
That's
bitch move,
good.
man.
I feel like you didn't even listen to the story.
I think he listened quite well.
Just over there, upset.
Sounds like it's
'cause I'm
changing.
over
All
there
right.
upset because I'm from Georgia.
Go Gators.
So I have a problem with that the grandparents wouldn't go and see the car, especially $600 is a lot of money. Now was way more money back then, and I just can't imagine that your grandparents would be like, okay, just leave it there.
You're really playing both sides.
Yeah,
of this.
fine. Go ahead and imagine he had that
You think they're
threesome.
both lies.
I just and I just think it's tough though, because it also sounds like a story someone else could co-opt pretty easily, right? About
Yeah,
the going
especially
up
somebody
hill.
from the South.
Yeah.
It probably has happened to a friend of his.
Well,
And I'm thinking that Mitch was probably a lot smoother back in the day. I mean, he's still a smooth dude right now.
Hell yeah,
Like he
what's
puts
up?
on that accent right there.
Yeah.
And the girls around here especially aren't used to it. And that would be the same way at that party. They'd be like, they'd probably be interested. Like, oh, this guy's exotic.
Memes of Reality thinks the second story is just... Memes of Reality thinks your second story is just a Merle Haggard song fashioned into a lie.
Yeah. It's that when you tell that story, I keep thinking about. I can totally visualize it, but it seems like someone shooting a gun up in the air and getting hit in the head is not part of it. It should be part of it's so.
Casey Haley
Sorry.
says he would
No,
definitely do this. So I don't know
Yeah.
if Casey Haley knows you, but says that you would definitely do the
Oh, sure.
VW thing.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
think,
so
I
let's-
think that second one's real, man.
All right, let's take a vote. So you're saying the second one is
Saying
real.
second one's true, baby. Yeah,
You're saying
Yeah.
bug true.
bug true.
Okay, what are you saying?
I'm saying threesome true.
What are you saying, Austin?
Have you always known Mitch to be more into black ladies as opposed to white ladies, or?
Yes.
then
She
I'm-
was a white lady.
Oh, she was a white lady.
She was a white lady.
But
yeah.
he likes,
Oh, she only liked black dudes.
At
was
one,
the-
yeah.
but he does like black ladies. And
That is
I
true,
could see
too.
him being in that.
situation.
Yeah.
I might have to go with you on that. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with first story's true.
Well, Jesus, that fucking look. What do you think, Liza?
I think. I'm gonna say threesome is the true one.
Ooh, you're all alone.
I'm gonna say the threesome is a lie.
Michael's with you on that.
Yeah.
Is that a good sign or a bad one? I forget.
Well, Ken Lofgren's also with you guys, so that never bodes well usually.
Shit.
And Jason Marino plays along every week. He is so scared to vote because he's like 0 and 100.
Oh,
so
okay.
he says he might just refrain this week.
All right. So which story
Is the lie?
is the lie?
I did not flip a Volkswagen.
I knew you were too country for that shit. You weren't crying out in the woods. Come on.
Yeah, but he's cried in the woods.
All those
we all?
details made me know you were lying.
So
Fuck
for that one, I took like 3 different actual things that happened to me and like made up a story based. So I did get lost in the woods, but I was 10 and I cried then, you know. And I did have a Volkswagen Bug, but I never flipped it. I did fuck 1.5 chicks one night though, so that did happen. I did have the threesome.
The hands-free BJ did.
So
too.
you always got to look out too for the humble brag. You know, you forgot about.
Oh, I didn't even
that.
think about the humble brag. Yeah.
Oh, no. All right.
Humble brags tend to be true.
All right, let's move on to Liza's stories.
All right, Liza's first story. She used to live in the Soviet Union, but moved to the U.S. when she was 2 or 3 under asylum, and they weren't citizens. But the main thing she remembers is this creepy dentist they all used to go to. And one time her parents abandoned her with him, and he tried to kidnap her by shutting down the office and taking her to get a Happy Meal, but then he brought her back, and she was very ungrateful and accused this nice guy of being terrible to the rest of the world. Story number 2, she's like 11 and home alone a lot in 5th or 6th grade, and she gets a phone call from a vampire or Bill Clinton's sketchy endocrinologist saying, "I want your blood," but it ends up not being either of those 2 people, and it is her friend's brother, and he gets in trouble, and years later they get run off the road by his family in retaliation. O'Doyle rules.
O'Doyle? What did you say?
That's from a movie.
It's a reference,
Yeah.
Jessica.
They were Greek.
Oh, okay,
If
sorry.
you want to do a different name.
If
No Greek names.
if you
Stamos?
if you get asylum, political asylum, do you get welfare? Do you get in health? Like
Yeah, she
health
said they
insurance?
got the health stuff. That's
Yeah.
why I think
Medicaid
Dr.
stuff.
Kim was taking him for a
they
ride.
were
Yeah,
trying to-
that's what I'm thinking too. So that part of it kind of.
Yeah, we had food stamps.
Uh-huh.
And we had an American family that volunteered to help us assimilate.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Good guys.
Yeah.
Wow. So what part of Russia were you from?
Well, it's Ukraine now. Odessa.
Okay.
On the Black Sea.
Oh, wow.
Have you been back?
Beautiful.
No.
What kind of procedure were you getting done at the dentist that day?
I always just got my teeth cleaned, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I had problems until like later in life.
Okay.
All right.
Through lack
And
of
he
care.
and he did he tell your parents they could leave, that it was going to be a while, or did they just
Yeah.
leave for
Yes.
some reason? He was like, y'all can take the cleaning's going to take a little longer than normal.
Yeah, but my parents would all, I just can't believe that. Yeah. I convinced them.
She's really playing this shit up.
Well, I was about to say,
Up until that moment, I almost bought it.
I
Though.
know.
I
our buddy
know.
Ken up in Washington says, "I think Lisa's playing the game. Second
Yeah.
is the lie."
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
ask
I
him.
think that you're right. I think Dr. Kim is true.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, Dr. Kim, get in here. You're not going to believe this. We
This is so exciting.
So you think the Dr. Kim thing is true?
Yeah, I also think I've heard it before, to be fair.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I think it would be. I think
could be
it
wrong, though.
would be true, and I think it's grooming, and I think that's some weirdness going on, or
I mean, as somebody that's been molested, it adds up.
maybe you were just funnier in the car in front of McDonald's, and he was like, "Nah." He's
Real-
like, "No."
Real quick, have a new player. This is Liza Treyger's biggest fan, Clinto Brewer. Welcome, Clinto.
way.
He's glad to be here. He was just, as soon as he heard you were on, he was here. He was just thrilled. So
Welcome to the
That's
show.
so nice. I always assume it's going to be something mean. I just am like so taken aback.
All right, so let's take our votes, Michael.
Oh, shit, dude. I think I believe the Dr. Kim story is so bizarre. I think I want to go with the Dr. Kim story.
How bizarre.
How bizarre.
Okay, what about you, Austin?
I think the Dr. Kim story is true. So I think the first story is true.
Well, yeah, that's where I'm at, too.
Yeah.
And everyone online pretty much is saying that.
Ken Lofgren is going with the second story being a lie. Yeah, so it looks like it's pretty much first true. Yeah, Jason Marino's that way. So yeah.
Yeah,
looks like
you
that.
think the first is true.
Dr. Kim, true.
You think the
I think that the prank call,
uh-huh.
that's the real story. That is the real one because it's just so much more. That's just real life.
He pulled that from The Simpsons
he
or
didn't
something.
molest her, so that's not like why.
Yeah, because you have to start off like that.
No.
My babysitter didn't do it right away.
No.
You gotta
No tears in podcasting. No tears in podcasting.
But I'm serious. Like that's what you gotta do. He had to get used to her going with him.
Right.
He knew what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah.
It's the prank call and that mean ass family running them off the road later. That's the only that is the only part that makes me not.
She said an orange car too, like it was like that. What's that redneck show?
Evans'
Dukes
family.
Beverly Hillbillies?
Did it have a rebel flag on it?
No, but it was the same shape.
Yeah. Oh.
That story is just like full of movie references.
All right, so I'm going to say that, so the first story is true. I think we're all saying the
So
first
I'm the
story is
only
true,
one
except for
that's
you
going.
that wants to normalize violence against young girls. Verbal violence. All right, which story is the lie?
The lie is Dr. Kim.
Bullshit, dude.
I knew it. Mitch had a charisma
bullshit.
too.
Hell yeah!
I
dude.
also felt like such a bad liar. Like
Fucking son of a bitch.
I
my
know,
parents
you-
just left me.
Holy
Like
shit.
I almost changed
shit.
because of the details of that
Oh
second
my
story,
God.
like with the
You might
Greek
be the
family.
best liar we've had on in quite a long
that
time.
makes
Nope.
me so happy.
Wow.
I can see through your bullshit the whole way.
Look at him.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I'm fucking good at this game.
He's going to
a
go
lawyer.
bully someone right after the podcast.
I'm gonna go make some prank phone calls. You just brought up like some really good memories from high school for me.
Tracy Dave chiming in says this is her favorite podcast, loves the What the Comedy Store brings to the table, and Clinto chiming in and said that he's willing to fight Tracy for who's the biggest fan of the Liars Club.
Yeah.
So I say we set that up.
Yeah, let's set it up.
Thank
Boxing
you guys
match.
for saying that. We appreciate everyone that plays along,
So
that comes over
fun.
here live. And for the people that are listening, do know that we do stream live on the Comedy Store's YouTube Mondays at 4:30 and most Fridays at 8:30 if you want to come and play along live. You guys have been awesome guests.
Great
Thank
job to
you
Casey
so
Haley, who's
much.
playing along for the first time. Nailed it, both of them. So.
Wow.
All
Cool.
right.
Damn.
Wonderful,
This
wonderful, wonderful.
is the most fun I've had on a podcast in a long
Oh,
time. So good.
thanks for saying
I told
that.
you
So
guys.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
guys
this
for
is a good
sharing
one.
your afternoon with us. What can people find out about you? What do you have that you want to tell people about? How can they follow you, etc.,
Just
etc.?
the best thing is Instagram at Mitch Burrow. I post all my show dates on there, and then links for everything will be there as well. Just Mitch Burrow on all social media platforms.
Wonderful. And what about you, Liza?
I'm at Glitter Cheese. But I don't post anything remotely helpful about shows. But I'm on the road. Please come. Raleigh, North Carolina, March 4th through 5th through 8th, I think. Yeah.
It is pronounced Raleigh.
Raleigh to the layman. I
It's
believe.
Raleigh.
Yeah.
I was like, Raleigh?
Yeah,
Because I'm from there.
great
and I'm like,
cheeseburger,
what?
but
You're gonna fit in real well.
And are the Deplorables still playing on Netflix?
Degenerates.
Degenerates. Sorry.
You were on a Trump.
I know. No,
The
sometimes.
Deplorables.
No, sometimes at shows that'll be my intro. People will be like, from the Deplorables, and I have to be like, I am not a right winger. Yeah.
Well, you are
Had
from
that edible
Russia.
before the show.
You know they did help Trump get elected. Maybe you're just
Oh
hungry.
my God. Yeah. My.
But the Degenerates are still on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
please watch
Good,
it.
good. You guys go watch Liza. She's so fucking funny. You had me rolling last night in the original room. And Michael, what about you? What do you got shaking?
Follow my Instagram, High Five Michael. I post all sorts of dates and fun shit all the time. Check me out.
Wonderful. And Austin, how about you?
I'm at the Austin Walker on everything. Follow me and help me fund the short film Inseparable. You'll see the link there on my bio. We are going to be here at the Liars Club in the belly room of the world famous Comedy Store on March 3rd. That's a week from this Friday.
And Lisa's actually going to be on the show.
Oh,
Did you remember
snap.
that? No.
It's
Well-
it's a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday. the
You're not
3rd.
in Raleigh, are
The
you?
3rd?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you just said.
No, I might have to be in. I was supposed to. Might have to go to New York Sunday or Monday. Cuck.
Well, like we said, belly room of the
Well,
world
it's on
famous
a
Comedy Store
Tuesday.
March 3rd.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We can figure that out any other time.
Not on here.
What's wrong with me?
Alrighty, and anything else?
We're also at the Ice House on March 13th, but we'll tell you again on Friday.
All right.
You guys do this podcast all the time?
Yeah, twice a week. And then we do live shows. Yeah.
So
you can
much
follow
fun.
me all across the board at Felicia Michaels. And if you have Prime Video, please go and check out Pervs, which is a documentary that I made, and it's free. You can watch it on Prime Video, and also my confessional style comedy special called My Whole Story, and you can see that there. And leave a review. You guys leave a review for us, please. If you're on iTunes, leave a review, or Podcast Network, or Stitcher, or Spotify. Please leave a review.
I'm at Jess Wellington 2 on everything. Catch me and Felicia in Alabama on the 25th and 26th of March at Stardome. And then we're going to be in North Carolina in Greensboro on the 27th and 28th. Come see us there. And I'll be opening up for Russell Peters before then, but I think that'll be fine. And then this weekend, I'm going to Portland with Mo Mandel, so come check us out because I'm hosting and I don't have a place to stay.
So, what?
Cue the sad Hulk music.
Yeah, we'll find you something.
All right.
And you have been lied to.
I'm not telling that one.
Disney believe you. Will the real liar please stand up? Right?
She's totally serious.
And you have been lied to.